Hey guys, it's Professor Pro, and as a surprise to no one, Animal Crossing New Horizons looks incredible. And no, not just visually, although I'll be talking about that later. Every mechanic, every design decision that they've chosen seems to work perfectly with the type of game that they're going for, and I could not be happier. I mean, I still don't like the name, but that's besides the point. I apologize for not making this video sooner, but I really wanted to sit back for a little bit and think about every single thing that New Horizons brings to the table and see how it separates itself from the previous title. And I've come to the conclusion that Animal Crossing New Horizons has the potential to be the perfect sequel to New Leaf from what we've seen so far. Let's get into why. If you saw my 5 things that would ruin Animal Crossing Switch video, you'd know that I hated the idea of the game just being an HD version of New Leaf. Sure, there was tons they could expand upon with the mayor concept, but we've been playing that game for over half a decade. I wanted something new and exciting, a complete change of pace from what New Leaf was. My exact quote was, "I don't want New Leaf 2, I want Animal Crossing 5. Of course, there were lots of people who disagreed with this. I saw a large amount of people saying that it would be too risky to completely start from scratch concept-wise, and that evolving the New Leaf formula was the way to go for the Switch title. I didn't blame them, considering New Leaf is one of my favorite games of all time, but I kept hoping for my new experience. Fast forward to E3, and that's exactly what we got. The most amazing thing about New Horizons to me is how they've reinvented so much about Animal Crossing while still allowing it to feel like Animal Crossing. I'll be honest, when they first revealed the trailer, my feelings were pretty mixed. I really didn't know what to think, and it seems like a lot of people felt the same way. I was almost put off by just how different it looked from the rest of the games in the series. But once the direct finished and I watched the trailer and treehouse segment a couple dozen times, I realized something. We spent almost 7 years with one Animal Crossing game. Of course something new was gonna look weird. We've had this basis of what Animal Crossing 5 should be in our heads for years. And after that realization, all I felt towards New Horizons was excitement. One of the biggest differences in New Horizons is how it handles progression. In New Leaf, as soon as you got into town, bam, you're the mayor. Sure, you have to earn approval points before you can do anything substantial, but the title is earned immediately. There were still tons of things to unlock in the game, the roost, the police station, the second floor of the museum, and more. But after that stuff's done and you run out of room for public works projects, not many more goals to achieve, besides the golden tools and picture frames. New Horizons completely flips this on its head. Once you land on your island, it's just you, Tom Nook, his nephews, and 2 other animals. It's your job to build from there. I absolutely adore this. You start with so little that growing your island into your own paradise will feel so much more rewarding. Every time a new shopkeeper moves in or you unlock a new item, it will feel incredible. Something really interesting is that we can see from the trailer that it looks like your animals will also start from humble beginnings, having their own tents. This is also genius. It allows for the player to have a deeper connection with their villagers since they have to go through a similar process. In New Leaf, it always felt a little strange to me that we had to start in tents because there were no vacant houses, but any animal could have their own house built in a day. Progressing your town has always been one of the draws of Animal Crossing, so to see it expanded so intensely is amazing. And speaking of towns, I guess I can't call them that anymore in New Horizons. Islands are the new norm. I'm sure many of you can agree that this was initially a little off-putting. In fact, it was the scariest thing about New Horizons for me in the trailer. As soon as the trailer said that you'd be arriving on a deserted island, I was holding my breath. But my nerves were immediately calmed once I saw that the game wasn't just tropical and still had other seasons. I think having islands, if for just one game, is a great way to make the game feel different, even though the layout of an island seems to be pretty similar to that of a town, except for the extended beach area. And hey, since we're talking about beaches, I'm just nailing these segues, aren't I? Can we talk about how New Horizons has already fixed most of the biggest fan complaints about New Leaf? Allowing players to place their houses on the beach, a dedicated path-making tool, choosing where animals move in. You really get the sense that the Animal Crossing team has been listening to feedback, which in my book is the mark of a great development team. But of course, we can't go through this entire video without talking about the graphical improvements. Yeah, I'm a big believer of gameplay over graphics, but this is just night and day. I'm really glad and somewhat surprised that they decided not to just use Amiibo Festival's assets. It essentially looked like an HD New Leaf, so New Horizons having its own art style and assets goes a long way in giving the game its own identity. And honestly, this doesn't look like a current-gen Animal Crossing game to me. This does. New Horizons seems to improve on New Leaf in almost every way, yet still creates a new identity for itself. Once you create an amazing game like New Leaf, sometimes it's hard to step out of the shadow. But New Horizons is trying new things, and I think that's great. Anyways, what do you guys think about New Horizons? What new things do you want to see? I mean, you can't really see this, but I cannot wait to hear the new soundtrack. Let me know in the comments. Professor Pro, out.